What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Swee's price is pulling back towards the danger zone right now, and I want to give you a bit of an understanding of what is going on and, well, what I'm expecting next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Bitcoin, Solana, Sui, Pepe, SHIB, and many more on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means, for example, if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. And whatever profit you make from that $300 is all yours, no strings attached. This is literally an opportunity to make free gains during the bull market on a very, very good platform. So if you are interested in that, again, head down to the link down below and go check out BTCC. So before we talk about what Swee's price is doing right now, let me give you a quick little rundown of what's been going on so you can start to understand where I'm going with today's video. So over the last few weeks, of course, we were tracking this descending channel from Sui as its price then, of course, did start to correct. Now, as we were in this descending channel, we were doing some purchasing on Sui towards the green box because you all know my strategy: buy at the bottom and get out whenever we break out. So what we saw here is we were doing some purchases. We got that breakout from Sui and we did the three-step confirmation. We came back, established support for step number 1, broke the previous high for step number 2 right here, and then cleared the golden Fibonacci zone for step number 3, making that three-step confirmation confirmed, opening up that door for a move up towards $4 to $4.50. Well, from there, of course, we did get this three-wave up to $4.50 before we started to notice that some of the warning signals were going off again, and we started to say, hey, let's maybe just be a little bit careful right now. Swee's price might come for a pullback just because it did get overextended, which just means it went too far too fast. Well, what do you know? Swee's price starts to pull back down towards some of these key levels, back test this previous point of resistance from back here, turns it into support, and uses that support to break all the way up to our very first breakout target at $4.88. Well, as we hit $4.88, I told you, hey, listen, let's just be very, very careful right now. You got to understand that when you hit this first Fibonacci zone that you are going to put yourself at risk. It is not uncommon to see us get rejected off Fibonacci zones and come back to try to find macro resistance and turn it into support. And so because of that, obviously, I started just telling you, like, let's be careful. We actually did take a little bit of profit in this hammer candle right here, which was very good timing because next thing you know, we do see Swee's price pull back a decent amount. Not a big pullback at all, really, but, 5-6% pullback to the downside. Now, in yesterday's video, I kind of laid out the land for you a little bit more, and I told you, hey, okay, well, things are getting very obvious. We have a range here towards the top side and a range towards the bottom side. And so what we're going to do is we're going to monitor this range because the likelihood is whatever direction we break out in is where we will go for, the next couple days. And I told you all that as we get closer to more things happening, I would update you, leading you into today's video where we are going to be talking about what's going on with Sui right now, the fact that it is entering into a little short-term danger zone and what that can mean for its price. And so with that said, now that you have a bit of an understanding of what we've been doing, let's take a look at what's happening now. And look, I will give you a little bit of a warning before we move on that some of the things that we're about to talk about might get a little bit confusing for you if you are a beginner or if you've been here a while but you're just trying to add some more tools to your toolbox. So if you do get confused, all that I ask from you is just to stick around to the end of the video. We're going to get a lot more in depth about things, and I am going to tell you how you can join the Discord server, which is where we teach all of these things in classes, lessons, workshops, live streams, and many more. And we have a community that's generating hundreds of percentages of gains every single day. And so again, if that is you, if you get a little bit confused, or if you do want to just start learning and elevating even more, please just stick around to the end of the video. Just trust me on this one. So as I mentioned before, now that you have a good understanding of how we got here, let's talk about what is going on now, because Swee's price is starting to venture back down towards the bottom side of this range. Now, where we are right now with Sui is actually in the development of what could be something extremely bullish, but it really just depends on what happens next. Now, the reason that I say that is because right now, Sui has the opportunity to develop what's called a bullish flag. And bullish flags look something like this. You have your flagpole, which is typically a vertical move upwards, and then you're going to have, of course, your flag. Imagine the flag waving in the wind. That's what this is going to look like. So you have the bullish pole and, of course, the flag here. Now, bullish flags typically have an extremely high breakout, percentage to the upside, but there is one thing that must happen. What must happen with a bullish flag is 2 strong establishments of support on the bottom side of the flag. And what that means is that you come down once, you break to the upside, you come back down again, you break back to the upside. If you can do that, this is a confirmed bullish flag. If you're unable to do this and you start capitulating through it and invalidates the bullish flag, and that's not what it is, and now you're in some sort of three-wave towards the downside. And so what that means is that as Swee's price is heading downwards towards this $4.50 level, you need to be watching this extremely closely. Because if Swee's price is capable of maintaining this level right here, we're going to be in a very good spot to where we start to push back up towards the upside, validate this bullish flag, and give ourselves a very, very good chance at flipping this previous point of macro resistance into a support level and using the support to break up towards $5.45. But again, if Swee's price loses support here, if we see it fall below $4.50, not only just a psychological level, but of course this previous resistance point here, I do believe that we will see Sweet likely start trying to pull back towards $4.20, which obviously would be a pullback of somewhere around another 6 or 7% to the downside, and start doing this whole process all over again. Now we got to start finding some support. We've invalidated the bullish flag, so that's bearish in itself, so the bulls are going to pull a little profit. Next thing you know, we might be looking at a move back to $4, which could be a pullback of 10 to 15%. And so right now, knowing that there are huge implications of whether or not we find some support here, I'm just sitting back and watching. If we do see Swee's price maintain this support level, again, I think we're going to be in a very good spot, and so that is what I'm hoping happens. But there are a couple warning signs that are going off for me that say, well, it might not. You know, you look at your daily RSI, we were just yesterday outside, back in the overextended territory to the upside. And so because of that, knowing that we are very extended here, and we see this daily formation, it's not out of the ordinary for Sweet to start pulling back here. And I mean, I'm even thinking that there is a world in which this could be the start of a more macro pullback if things do get a little bit ugly for a few weeks in this crypto market, and Sweet wants to lose this ascending channel that it's in right now. But I'm not really worried about that right now. It is just a back of the mind thought that I have. But at the end of the day, I'm really just focused on what happens here. Because on the 4-hour charts, no matter what the daily chart shows, on the 4-hour charts, there is an opportunity for this bullish flag to be formed. We just need to see this bounce to the upside. And so because of that, what I want you to do, your homework for today, is I want you to throw on your $4.51 linear, I don't know why I did said linear, horizontal line right here. And I want you to give me another horizontal line at 492. And I want you to really watch this range very closely, because if we're capable of bouncing off the bottom side of it and working ourselves to the top side, the odds and the percentage chance of us starting to break upwards actually go up a lot. And obviously by then I'll have made another video. But if we do see Swee's price start pulling back, I really want you to get prepared. Personally speaking, I think what I'm going to do is start preparing some small, tiny little buy orders, just because I can't help myself. I still feel like we're on a bull market, and I still feel like buying Sweet in these pullbacks is a good idea. I've done it all throughout this pullback right here, and we obviously saw that pump. We did it all throughout the breakout to the downside, where we were at the bottom side of this channel, and that turned into a pump. So until the formula breaks, I'm just going to keep doing it. And what that looks like is just buying a little bit of Sweet in these pullbacks, and if/when it pumps, taking a little bit of profit off the table. It's just an easy way for me to keep throwing some in and taking it back out, throwing it in and taking some back out, without really dabbling too much into my DCA bag. And so that will be my game plan. My very first purchase level would be somewhere around $4.21, with a second one established right around the $4 psychological level at the bottom side of the channel, and then the last one around $3.70. But of course, I'm not going to go too deeply into that right now because it's not happened yet. I just wanted to more tell you, like, hey, Sweet is getting close to the danger zone, so do watch this quite closely, because if we do lose it, you can expect about a 5 to 6% pull to the downside, and possibly a bit higher, you know, closer to 10% towards the bottom side of that previous golden zone, before we try to see Sweet start breaking back towards the upside. So I'll continue to, of course, update you, but I wanted to just prepare you for this possible move that is on the way. You guys know sometimes I'll have these videos where there's not a lot to talk about in this exact moment, but it's more preparing for what very well might be around the corner, because the whole goal here is to stay as prepared as possible. So in order for you to stay as prepared as possible, again, watch this bottom side extremely closely over the next 24 hours, because it will likely make or break what the next few weeks do look like for Sweet. And as I said before, if you're someone who is trying to simply just get better in this whole crypto thing, whether you're a beginner or whether you're advanced, but you want to just add more tools to your toolbox, what I want you to do is I want you to check out the Discord server, guys. Now, let me just put it out there on the table. If you want to join the Discord server, it's a $17 a month charge or $5 a month charge. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper. But what you get access to are my insights. This oftentimes includes some of the things that I'm buying and selling, my thoughts and advice and guidance on just random things happening throughout the market. You get access to our exclusive live shows that we have every single day, Q&As, Crypto Vault Lives, Fridays with Frank, and much more. You're getting daily technical analysis throughout the week, daily fundamental analysis on the market throughout the week, access to 2 teams of professional traders whose livelihood depends on them making good trades, and they're giving you their buy and sell signals every single day. You're getting access to premium classes on things like the Bollinger Bands, the Fibonacci's, 5 keys to bull market investing, and more. You're going to get access to beginners courses on things like leverage trading, on things like technical analysis. And guys, these are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations, vocabulary, cheat sheets, and much more. You're getting access to Tips with Tyler, which are these little 2 to 3 minute long videos on these topics that you can pause and read here. And we're going to post probably 100 of these, so many more coming. And all of these things combined are cultivating a community that is learning. They're learning, and they're taking what they're learning, using it to build strategies and implementing those strategies to generate hundreds of percentages and gains a day. I mean, guys, this is just yesterday, hundreds of percentages and gains on a consistent basis over and over and over again, because these people are, again, learning lessons, making strategies, turning those strategies into real life profit. So if you want to be one of these people who are growing at this rate and elevating at this rate, you can do it for the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper. And I think that's a fantastic deal. So head to the link down below to the Patreon, THCV. Go ahead and check out Tyler Hill's Crypto Vault and let me know what you think. But don't forget, guys, we like to post 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day here on the channel. So if you have been enjoying them, please do let us know by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel if you are new. And I can't wait to see you all on the next one. Peace out, everybody.